Dyeing is such a process, and I think that I give it up to colorists.
Girl, she took that girl from that dryer and put the aluminum foil. I mean, she didn't even have to take the aluminum foil off. The hair just started falling off. Girl, no. this girl real hair. What you finna do?
Wow.
We gonna have to do like this, girl, because she'll damage my hair. It's gonna be a little nothing you girl.
Head to toe denim. It was just over the top. It's like, what are you trying to prove? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying a little too hard, and it was coming off very tacky.
It was horrible, and it's denim overkill, and it's making me nauseous.
You wore what?
This next topic, you know, it's about two-tone hair, you know, and I'm a hairstylist. So, of course, this is, you know, such a huge trend. As you can see myself, I got a little two-tone going on. I got one tone right here and one on here. So, you know, I love the two-tone hair. I feel like, you know, it's a great way to express yourself. And, you know, what y'all think about it?
I don't know. I feel like what you got going on is bomb. But what I used to see in the early 2000s, Lord, it was...
Thank you, honey.
You should have told them a little something back then. Because it was not cute how you have it. Like, it was real block colors. Like, it wasn't like a cute transition or an ombre. Like, nowadays, it was very, like...
choppy.
I'm gonna do black and I'm gonna do blonde and there was no transition.
Every time I think of two-tone, it's like I think of Remy. I think of that blonde bang and how thick it was and how blunt cut it was. I think how stark the black was. It was like her staples. It was such a moment. Even Keyshia Cole did a lot of colors and at one point Keyshia hair was like blonde in the front. I think it was like orange somewhere in the middle.
Hers was probably honestly one of the best ones though, because hers it had the transition to it. That like some of these other people, like I don't think there was any type of transition. It was just the two colors, just like bam. It almost looked like she was like ran out of hair or something. It was like, oh, I'm gonna do this blonde. Oh, I don't have enough blonde for the rest of my hair. I'm gonna just do black. That's how it looked to me. And maybe that's how the trend started. Who knows?
My grandmother did hair for 35 years. And so I grew up around here. I grew up in salons. And so I seen the process. Because I've had my hair ombre. And that was one of my best hairstyles. I loved my hair that it was dark and it faded into this blonde. And then it was on this, my hair was like 40 inches and it was curly. Dyeing is such a process, and I think that I give it up to colorists.
But now the girls still be doing it wrong sometimes. Sometimes you be having a cheetah print two-tone. It don't be looking right. So you got to go in. You got to make sure all them strands get covered, okay? You don't want no cheetah print hair.
Honestly, just that process alone is what made me never try it. Like, back then when it was really, like, popping and stuff, first of all, I didn't really know anything about, like, you know, tracks and this and that because I was just always wearing my natural hair. But I was not even about to try that on my hair. They scarred me for life. But I did try to play with it a little bit when I got older. And, like, it might have been, like, last year sometime, I actually did this bright green hair that had, like, it was like a black, like, to the green. And it was cute. It was really cute. But I wouldn't wear it all the time. It was fun for like a week. And then I was like, all right, this is feeling a little over the top.
I like it to go from jet black and it can fade into like a 4, you know?
Right.
Or something like that. But the stark ones, the burgundy and the blonde.
Not too extreme. Right.
Jet black into a 4. The jet black in the 4 won't look right. I feel like it got to be brown going into the blonde. Not jet black. Because I feel like that'll have it, I don't know, it'll be too contrasty. It'll look like night and day. You want it to look like morning, sunrise, and then afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
When we were looking at it then, we didn't know it was wrong. Because that was the vibe for the early 2000s and 99. Like, we didn't know it was wrong. But looking back on how bad some of this hair is insanely crazy.
So now it's like we're more educated in coloring and like, you know, the hairstyle and stuff. And now we know what to do, the proper steps that you need to take. If you have, you know, a box color on your hair, you need to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, and then now we got wigs. So, you know,
baby,
we got wigs. Okay?
Yes!
We can just take this wig, and lift it from black to blonde, and it just be good.
So what did y'all think? Like, were y'all here for the jersey dresses? Were you a part of that trend? What's going on?
Yes, and I still put on my little jersey dress every now and then, honey. I still give a little jersey look. I know we had a versus, I think like the versus battles, and I think the one with Ludacris and I forgot Nelly. I had wore me a jersey dress, honey, and like I was at that versus battle. Okay.
Yes. What about you, EJ?
Definitely a fan of the jerseys. I was a fan of the jersey throwbacks. I was a fan of everybody kind of just making them into their own. And so when they came out with the jersey dresses, like I think they came out with like the Manolo Blahnik Timberlands. They came out with like the Air Force One heels, the Jordan heels. Like it was such like a moment that today we look back like as a throwback, but in it was everything. Everybody had these oversized jerseys on to the knees with baggy pants. All the men rocked it dope. Any East Coast dude rocked it dope. The rappers really just, you only could wear it one way, whether it was with a t-shirt underneath, whether it was, sleeveless. They all rocked it.
But that's my question though, because I remember too vividly some real musty jerseys from them shirtless looks, them sleeveless looks. If they didn't put a shirt under it, I swear it was like no way not to be musty wearing it.
It depends though. It really depends who it was. When Nelly did it sometimes with no shirt underneath, but he had the arms back in the day. He had the do-rag and the backwards hat. Like, it just, on some people, it just looked like, hey. And then
it definitely looked good, but I'm talking about, I think because of the material just being up under the armpit like that, it was just, I remember too vividly so many people, whether it was people just walking past me or whatever, just being so musty if they had the no sleeves on.
Yeah. Some gave you dingy t-shirt vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the t-shirt was a little dingy. It wasn't as crisp. You know what I'm saying? The neck wasn't as tight. It was a little droop down. Like I've seen some bad versions. I've seen some tragic ones.
I wasn't really old enough to really like actually buy my own jersey dress, and those could be a little expensive. So we used to, remember when they used to throw together the little ones that were like t-shirt material, but they're supposed to be jersey dresses. Yeah. I had one of those.
Like I'm saying, they got carried away with the jerseys. Like when I tell you it was such an easy outfit to wear for girls, like my cousins would just put on a jersey dress. They would put on like the little scrunchy shocks and forces. And when that was every girl in high school. Like every girl. So I think that they fab. I think they should come back.
Oh, I hope so. Cause look, I got my money now. The coins are ready. I'm ready to buy me a jersey dress.
I'm a fan of them. I don't think they ever going away. I think they may be put up for a little bit, but I think they always gonna make its mark back into.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's that classic, just fly, sporty look. What do you guys prefer? Like, do you prefer like for the women to style it with some sneakers or some heels or some boots? Like, what's your go-to?
I would rather a woman do like maybe a two-piece. Because they even have like the two-piece jersey dresses, and then
that's
even like,
so cute.
Like a sneaker, maybe an Air Force One. Something to, make it sexy, tomboyish. Or you can even dress it up, get you a nice jersey dress with like maybe the sides slit out and like a heel or something to make it sexy. It's so many different ways that you can wear a jersey dress. Like now they're bringing it back to it, like I said, the two pieces, like the crop top with the skirt. And it's just like, it's so pretty. So this next topic is none other than Denim-On-Denim, honey.
Look, you're doing it right now, Alonzo. I love that.
You always do Denim-On-Denim right.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Look, I have a little throwback. I'm here for Denim-On-Denim. I think it was real cute. Now, back in the day, back in the early 2000s, I feel like it could be a little tacky the way they would do it. Like, they were going over the top.
2000s and 99s were all about denim. It was all about double denim, overdoing the denim. It was denim hats, it was denim bags, it was denim shoes, it was denim on denim on denim. And let me tell you something, there's nothing wrong with denim on denim. It's how you do denim on denim.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely true. Like if you do denim on denim, like let's say if you have on a dark denim like dress, do a lighter piece of denim on top of it, like a blazer or something, to kind of make it blend in. And I feel like that's really the only way you can do it.
Just do a few pieces of the denim. Because back then, look, they used to do the little uncle hats in denim. They had their purse in denim, their shoes in denim, the outfit in denim, the earrings were denim. I'm like, Look, all right, you're stressing me out.
They panties denim, the teeth denim, the lip denim, the eye denim.
Back in the day, like once again, in that era, it didn't read as bad. We were doing tie-dye denim, bleached out denim was very big. It was very creative to kind of start doing different things with denim. But I think once again, it was how it was done. But baby, it's some people like, you know, Maya, Elise Neal, you know, there's a few people that kind of did denim. It needs to be fitted and cannot, you know, because denim can get real tacky real fast, you know? And so it has to be, once again, it's all about alterations, it's all about the fit, it's all about the way that you pair your denim pieces.
Y'all remember Mariah Carey had that denim skirt train? Like,
yes.
I gotta give her an E for effort because it was creative, but I feel like, come on, a train?
There was some girls who got it, there were some girls who didn't. So Aaliyah did a look. It was this Roberta Cavalli denim jumpsuit that kind of like haltered around her neck and had like embellishments on the side. She literally was a trendsetter. She literally, to this day, there's a lot of things that Aaliyah did that these girls today are picking up on. So what they did with her was ahead of their time. You know what I'm saying? She did denim right.
Notice too, I think the people who did it the best, they came off just stylish and a little simplistic and not tacky. You know, some of these other people wearing like head to toe denim, it was just over the top. It's like, what are you trying to prove?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
You're trying a little too hard and it was coming off very tacky.
It was horrible, and it's denim overkill, and it's making me nauseous. I want to fight people because denim it gets overwhelming.
Well, I'm just thankful they had the struggles back then, so we don't have to have them now. Thankfully.
Right.
You wore what?